Good morning, everyone. Nicky Hawkins here, West Ham Fan TV. The morning after the game before West Ham won, Lyon won, and under the circumstances, a very, very good result. It was a good night. A little bit of misbehaving from West Ham fans. I think they drunk a little bit too much, but it is what it is. Just stop fighting each other, lads, in the stands, eh? That'd be nice. A 1-1 draw. Listen, not an ideal result, obviously, but when you lose a man for a whole half and you score first, it's always going to be tough to hold on. And I watched the game back. I mean, there's a few talking points. Obviously, the red card for me, and I know I'm going to be biased, and I know I'm going to be, looking at it through West Ham goggles, but it's going away from goal. There's not a lot of contact for him to go down. He's been sold one by the referee. And the refereeing performance last night was fucking awful, to be quite honest with you. Now, fact, I'm not talking allegations. This is fact. This man got done for match fixing. Like, what is he still doing in the sport? Let alone elite status of refereeing, UEFA approved and all of that sort of thing. What the fuck is he still doing refereeing games? Like, if you worked at a bank and nicked money, you wouldn't be allowed to work in another bank, would you? Or go back to the same bank, even. Like, it's ridiculous, that sort of thing, when you've got, massive games. And look, Jude Bellingham got fined £40,000. You're not allowed to say anything about their referees, but these are facts. These are facts. He got done for match fixing. Listen, I don't think it was anything to do with match fixing last night's refereeing performance. It's just inept. He couldn't wait to make it about himself, to be quite honest with you. Stopping play for cramp. Lyon players testing him early on with going down and seeing if he's going to stop the game and all that. That's their game plan. They want to keep it as tight as possible at the London Stadium, take us back to their place. And once he stopped in the first the first incident, when he went down with cramp and it weren't a head injury, they know they can get away with it and slow the game down. Bowen's goal, very fortunate. We wasn't great first half, but the second half performance was really good. The boys, I'm very proud of this team, like the way they work for each other. I've been West Ham many times over the last, especially since we've been at the London Stadium, and the amount of times I've said they just don't work, they just don't try. There's no effort, and you can say what you want about the talent of this team, the depth of this team, but there's one thing you can't categorically deny, and that is that they work as hard as they can for the side. They really want to win. There's some players there that love playing for the club. I reiterate again, and I say this with all my heart, and I love the bloke, and I wish, I want him to stay at our club for the rest of his career, and I think he's always going to have a place in our squad. But Mikel Antonio's not a striker. Just doesn't make them striker moves. He's in a very, very poor vein of form at the minute. He's very limited in what he does. Earlier on in the season, when he scored all them goals, and last season, to be quite honest with you. But he's a bit of a one-trick pony, and he's been worked out, to be quite honest with you. He's got pace, he's got power. He's losing a bit of pace, to be quite honest with you. I think that's just because he's played so many games, and again, I think he's feeling the pressure. And I feel so sorry for the guy. You know what I mean? Like, we needed to bring in a striker, but we didn't, and that is on us, I suppose. But he's always going to lose a bit of form. He's always going to get an injury, and he's kept himself fit this year. I think he's just feeling it. I think he's just feeling that there's no rest, there's no really recuperation, there's no one to look on the bench if it's not working for him and say, give him a go. Yarmolenko could have possibly come on, but apart from him going for on goal, some of his flick-ons and his headed play last night was great. Hold-up play needs work. I don't know how he's going to work on that. I think he's a bit too long in the tooth to do that. But Ben Rama, I thought, was awful. apart from the touch in the first half when he went through on goal, just done nothing for me. I didn't think Fornells was great first half, but he works and works and works, and that sometimes that's what you need. Bowen, fantastic as usual. Defence, Dawson, mate, I'll tell you what, when you think he can't give you any more, he just gives you more and more and more. He's an old-fashioned centre-back. That being said, I've seen things on like TalkSport about Moose saying we should be resting players. I don't think we're going to rest players because I don't think the integrity of the league will allow it. We don't want to slip out of them. I don't think we're fighting for top four, but we've had such a fantastic run in the Europa League. It may come to an end in Lyon. It's going to be tough in Lyon. Let's be honest. I do think we can get the job done, but I think we've just. I don't know what the word is. Bitten off more than we can chew in terms of the squad, but it is what it is. But fight for that 6th place or the 5th place because I want another run in the Europa League. Let's give it a go again. I'd like to see what we can do with a few more signings in the bag, to be quite honest with you. But listen, it doesn't take away my pride. They fought hard last night. Well deserved draw in the end. And we take that and we go. Anyway, thank you for joining us. One thing left to say, come on, your Irons.